And welcome to a beautiful Saturday afternoon at the Northeast Baseball Facility here in San Antonio as the Davenport Wolves advance to the regional semifinals to take on the Sinton Pirates. And they happen to win game one Thursday night over in Sinton. And that's a shock of all shocks. Sinton, the defending 4A champions, an odds favorite to win it again this year. But Braden Mulkey threw the game of his life, 110 pitches, 65 of them strikes, went 6 1/3. Our starting pitcher tonight, Diego Flores, cleaned it up with the last 2 outs. But with that win, Mulkey improved to 9-1 on the season. His ERA now 1.82. We've got a raucous crowd here tonight, including some cheerleaders from Sinton. Haven't seen that at a baseball game in a long time. Anyway, I'm Tony Brubaker, Mike side for you as we bring you Wolves on the Wolves Sport Network. It's going to be a good one. The Wolves, the home team tonight, 23-15. Again, they won 1-0 Friday night, or Thursday night, 2 nights ago. Both schools had graduations last night. In any event, they're in the driver's seat, but this is, again, the top, or one of the top handful of teams in 4A, but right now so is Davenport as they've made it to the regional semifinals. We'll go through lineups as they come to bat. First in from Sinton, they'll plate up Blake Mitchell to lead things off. He's their catcher, and he is in all everything, probably one of the best 30 high school seniors in America today. 474 his average. He's walked 51 times and scored 45 runs. The left-handed hitter waits for the first pitch from Flores, and it's a breaking ball in there for strike one, and we're underway from Northeast Stadium in beautiful San Antonio, North San Antonio. Mitchell back in the box. Flores gets his sign. The defense plays him to pull. Mitchell takes a fastball that's upstairs. Our officials tonight, a 4-man crew. Not sure which chapter they're from, but they're ready to go as well. 1, maybe 2 games. If Sinton can win the first, we'll play a second. Wolves fans hoping they can end it in 1. Another breaking ball. This one goes down low, and Flores is down in the count, 2-1. Mitchell ahead in the count, if I will. Again, some clouds, lots of sun under the clouds right now. Flores sends a fastball, maybe a slider down a little bit low, and he's behind in the count, 3-1 to the leadoff hitter for the Pirates. Sinton 33-2 now. That was only their second loss this season. Both of them came at home, and both of them to Comel ISD schools as they lost earlier in the year. There's a fastball in for strike 2. They lost earlier 5-2 to Canyon at Sinton. 2 nights ago, they lost to this Davenport Wolves team. So the count is full. Mitchell is yet to swing the bat. The full count pitch is a curveball, popped up. It's out of play behind us. And we'll do a full count all over again. Flores will have to choose his liking as to what he wants to bring to the high school All-American Blake Mitchell. He's a catcher who's stolen a lot of bases as well. That curveball missed inside. Flores and Rogers both thought it was good, but Mitchell earns a walk, and he's on first base to lead off the game. That'll bring up their shortstop, a junior, Marco Gonzalez. 365 his average on the season. He bats from the right side. So again, Mitchell on first base, 34 stolen bases. That one hops Rogers, nice scoop, able to keep it from going back to the screen, and Mitchell hadn't started to run. As a team, they've stolen 116 bases. They stole 4 the other night, Thursday night at Sinton, in that 1-0 loss. Head coach Adrian Alanis. There's a bunt, a sac bunt towards first. Flores will feed it. Fielded by himself and just beat the infield single to put 2 runners on, as actually Mitchell scurried all the way to third base on the infield single. So now first and third with nobody out. And the Wolves are going to talk about it at home plate. And with this small break in the talent and the play, let me remind you that if your business is looking to hire an all-star talent, and when it comes to recruiting, TriStar Talent will step up to the plate. Partner with TriStar Talent and assemble the team your company deserves. TriStar Talent Home Run Recruiting. The meeting at the mound has broken. Rogers comes back to the plate. Over to first Taylor, Russ to second, Simon to short, and Meckler to third. But again, they have a threat to start it off for the Pirates, who they held scoreless Thursday night. They've already got something cooking here in the top of the first. Pirates send up Jacque Stewart, their first baseman, a .400 average for the senior. Left-handed batter. His time is called. Rogers puts signals out to his defense. They play Stewart to pull as well. Simon kind of up the middle at short. Left fielder in left center. Center fielder over towards right center. Right fielder on the line, and there's a foul ball down the right field line for strike one. Like the Wolves, they don't hit a lot of home runs. Two players with 5, Mitchell, who led off, and Stewart, who's up now. Each has 5 home runs to lead the team. Flores to the stretch, checks the runners. Sends a curveball high, and the count is even at 1-1. This is a regional semifinal, Class 4A. Runner goes, it's a curveball. Rogers throws, and it gets away, so the runner will score from third. So it's a stolen base. Mitchell scores on the E2. He wasn't going on the stolen base, but when the ball got away at second base, he went. So now a runner on second. There's one run in and still nobody out. Fastball upstairs, and Stewart has run the count now, I believe, to 3-1. Scoreboard says 2-1. We'll see what Blue says in a minute. Flores checks the runner, comes home. Fastball fouled up and out of play. Well, Blue says it's 2-2. Not real sure. It was 1-1 when the runner stole second, and that was the ball. It's 2-2 is what they say. Flores comes home. Curveball just outside. Now the count is full at 3-2. Well, no, he's walked. Yeah, it was 3-2 before. So a walk issued. The second of the inning by Flores. And they've got runners on first and second with nobody out and a run in. Flores has some work to do. These bats are explosive. Braden Mulkey held them quiet. Not completely quiet, as they had threats. First pitch is a ball. They had opportunities. Mulkey just didn't let them score by getting out of every jam that they put him in. On a great effort. 6 1/3 innings of scoreless ball. There's a bunt try. Back to the pitcher. They'll cover first with the second baseman, Rust, and a sac bunt. 1-4 is the first out of the inning. But the Pirates now have runners on second and third with their 5-hole hitter, which is their pitcher, Braden Brown. .340 his average on the season. Brown has a chance to help himself out here with the bases loaded and only one out. Davenport looking for a double play ball. The only player up on the edge of the grass, now he backs up, is the first baseman Taylor, so everyone basically at double play depth. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for strike one. Flores' only hope is to get ahead of these hitters all night long, no matter how long he lasts. Brown waits for the 0-1 pitch. Another curveball to third. They'll try to, no, they'll go across. I don't know why. Now they're going to have a double play the old-fashioned way. The run does score, but they do get a old-fashioned way because actually runners were on the corners. That's my mistake. Runners were on the corners, and it is a 5-3-5 double play. And that's the end of the top of the first. It's 2-0. Sinton on top with the Wolves coming to bat on the Wolves Sports Network. And back to Northeast Stadium where the Pirates have jumped ahead in the top of the first 2-0. Now the Wolves do up with Mulkey, Sokup, Simon, 1, 2, and 3, Thompson, Taylor, Meckler, and then Rogers, Greiman, and Rust. This offense that has averaged, 6.5 runs a game and a 3.05 average. Nothing in the realm of Sinton, who averages, 8-something a game. Runs a game. Their 3 starters' ERAs in district play was well under 1. Right now their starter, Braden Brown, is 12-0 with a .53 earned run average, 62 and a third innings, 95 strikeouts, only 11 walks. He is a machine and has played well, especially in district play, all year long. That's what the Wolves have to contend with. They scrapped for 1 run on Thursday night to eke out a win. Now they have to get at least 3 to be a winner in this game. Brown to the stretch in his first pitch against Braden Mulkey, the left fielder. Mulkey swings and misses at an off-speed pitch in the dirt. Ends down 0-1. Braden a .373 average after Thursday's game. The team leadoff hitter and probably fastest player on the team. They say that fastball caught the inside corner and Mulkey is down in the count, 0-2. Braden didn't agree with it, but what do? He crowds the plate, waits for the 0-2 by Brown. That fastball's up and away, and it's 1-2. Mulkey leads the team with 40 runs scored on the season. Sends it in the air, left center, not going to carry very far. In comes the center fielder, and it falls in front of McCoy and Chester, the left fielder. They misplay it, and Mulkey makes himself a double on a pop-up behind short. Too far for the shortstop to go out and get it. Gonzalez And they're playing too deep. McCoy in center and Chester in left. It fell in between the trio. And Mulkey's on second base with a leadoff double. Takes off all his gear and hands it to the first base coach. Keeps something. Probably a sliding glove. And he makes his way back to second place. So the Wolves start well with a leadoff double by Braden Mulkey, and that brings up the right fielder, sophomore Daniel Sokup. Sokup, .356 his average on the season. He leads the team with the best on-base percentage of .596. Takes ball one up high. His 27 earned walks on the season, 28 now after, now 27. 27 or 28, second best on the team. Well, who am I to argue with my stats? There's a fastball beat into the dirt and fouled down the first base line. And the count is even at 1-1 to the sophomore right fielder, Daniel Sokup. Left-handed batter, the second in a row for Davenport. Readies himself, Brown. The 1-1 pitch, down low and in. It's 2-1. Pops it up. This is shallow left field. Chester comes in, makes the play. So both players have gotten under the pitch. That's the first out by Sokup, and with one out, Mulkey still on second, brings up the shortstop, Jacob Simon. The senior shortstop, .371 his average. The right-handed batter has a chance for an RBI here against Brown. The right-hander brings a fastball. This one's in the air. Back up and out of play on the first base side, off the roof for strike one. One out and one on for the Wolves. Find themselves down 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. Sinton has won 4 state championships, 88, 89, 2002. And as I mentioned last year, 2022, they were the 4A state champs. Brown out of the stretch. Mulkey gets a lead. Curveball outside to Simon. It's 1-1 to the Wolves shortstop. Check signs down at third. Mulkey on the run, fouled up and out of play. It's 1-2, and Mulkey heads back to second base. He had third base stolen, but Simon stays alive by fouling it off. Home plate umpire says he needs more baseballs, as he's down to just a couple in his bag with all the foul balls here in the first inning. Brown to the stretch, checks Mulkey. That's high. Mitchell threatens to throw down to second, and remember, he's got a gun. I'm told could be a top 15 pick in the MLB draft next month. Mulkey again gets a lead, doesn't go. That one hits Simon. So hit by a pitch. He'll take first, and Davenport will have 2 runners on with 1 out, and Bubba Thompson, the DH, due up. The junior bats cleanup with his .324 average. Has a chance to make something happen here.
Bubba Thompson.
That one's inside, almost hits Thompson. And Mitchell wants to go out and talk to his starting pitcher. Brown, a senior, one of, what do I count, 7 seniors on this Pirate lineup. That one's upstairs again, and the count's 2-0. So with 2 runners on, the Wolves have him just a little bit uncomfortable. 1 out, 2 on. Thompson looks at the 2-0 pitch. That's called a strike, up and in. Inner half, maybe. Looked like it was in his letters, so Blue must have a big lineup tonight, a big zone. That one's right down the middle, and that evens the count at 2-2 to Bubba Thompson. That had some giddy up on it. Don't have any idea how fast he throws, but it's fast. My guess is he's touching 90. The runners go. There's a rope to left center field. The center fielder will have to call it on one hop. Volke had stopped at third. Now he'll score, and the Wolves have their first run and have cut the lead in half. Simon goes to second. Thompson's on first with an RBI double. So the Wolves have cut the lead in half, now 2-1 against Braden Brown, their top statistical pitcher. He's still in a jam with 2 on and still only 1 out. The second hit of the inning, the first hard hit ball by the Wolves. That one's upstairs to Locke Taylor, the first baseman. Locke, 275 his average. And now they're going to go out and talk. Coach Alanese will go out, my guess that's him, out and have him visit at the mound with his senior pitcher, who's kind of lost his focus just a little bit. He played just over 20 minutes, and we're still 1 out in the bottom of the first, so we're not off to a quick start. Pirates scored a couple of runs in the top of the first. And they scored 2 runs on 1 hit and 1 error. Wolves got out of it with a neat little double play after the second run had scored. 5-3-5, getting the runner at first on 5-3, and then as the runner from first tries to stretch it to third, they threw him out back at third base. 5-3-5 on that double play. Right now the Wolves have 2 on. Simon at second, Thompson at first. First pitch, second pitch, fastball. Brown evens the count at 1-1. Didn't like to have the coach come out and probably tell him what he told him, so he battles back. A 1-1 count now. Another fastball towards short, through the glove. They'll bring Simon. The throw is a good one, so he'll actually stop, and the Wolves now have the bases loaded on the single by Locke Taylor. So 3 hits in the inning, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. That brings up Cody Meckler, the third baseman. Cody, like Taylor, a senior. Meckler, 262 his average. Any kind of fair ball gets at least 1 run home. Ties the game. It's 2-1 right now. Pirates on top, but they're seeing the Wolves threaten. Out of the full windup now. There's a curveball upstairs to Meckler. Another right-handed batter for the Wolves. Brown gets the sign. Out of the windup. Another curveball. This one catches the plate and evens the count at 1-1. I'm guessing fastball right here, and I bet Meckler is too. Set dead red on a fastball, and if he doesn't spot it perfectly, maybe get something hard hit off of it. Another curveball grounded towards third. They'll come home and get it out there. The throw to first is not in time, and then Mitchell, the catcher, almost threw it into left field. So Meckler reaches on a fielder's choice. 5-2 for the second out of the inning. Thompson at third, Taylor at second, Meckler now at first. So 2 outs, bases still loaded. Brown was able to get Meckler to, on a curveball, ground that weakly towards third. Defense all the way back now, not double play depth. Another curveball, this one low and away. Cody Rogers, 242 his average. The senior catcher. Brown's second pitch, another curveball, this one inside, gets the inner half and evens the count at 1-1. 2 outs, 3 on for the Wolves, trying to score that second and tying run. Brown's 1-1, another curveball, this one popped up to left field, medium deep, and the left fielder Chester squeezes it. So without a tying run, the Wolves go down, but they have 3 hits. They get 1 run. There were no errors and 3 runners left on base. We head to the second. It's 2-1 Sinton on the Wolves Sports Network. Back to Northeast Stadium where the Pirates lead the Wolves 2-1. Remember, with TriStar Talent, scouting high caliber employees to join your company is a walk. TriStar Talent's team of recruiters will bring you players not even Billy Bean could find. TriStar Talent, recruiting in a league of their own. TriStar Talent. The Pirates will bring up 6, 7, and 8 in their order. Starting with Cash Wood, the sophomore DH. He comes to bat after the Pirates scored twice in the top of the first. Diego Flores' first pitch is low and away for ball 1. Wolves know they have to hang in there. This is a high-powered offense. Their pitching has to be solid. Flores is called upon, and there's a strike over the outside corner, even the count at 1-1. Flores again 6-2 on the season. ZRA was 2.96. Came on strong latter half. Ground ball to short. Rust picks it up over to Taylor, 4-3. Put out number 1 here in the second. So Flores asks Wood to ground into a double play and then gets him to do it. Now Caden McCoy, the center fielder. The senior, 337 his average. Right-handed hitter, like Wood was. There's ball 1 by Flores. Our scoreboard's gone blank. I'm sure they're working on it. But we know the score. Swings and misses at 1 in his eyes. That evens the count at 1-1 according to my scorebook. So McCoy waits for Flores. The windup. This fastball hits the outside corner, says Blue, and it's 1-2. Looked like it might have been just off the edge from our vantage point, but it really doesn't matter because his call, the guy in the blue shirt, is the only one that matters. 1-2 pitch from Flores. Rope to left, and that is a single. Mulkey will pick it up, get it into second base, as McCoy is their second hit of the game. They scored 2 runs with a couple of walks and a hit. And air helped out a little bit. Now comes Aiden Moody, the third baseman. The only player without a lofty scoring batting average at 196. He's a junior. Plays third base, I'm sure, mostly for his defense. He wants to bunt. That fastball on the outer edge is strike 1. Flores again getting ahead in the count. McCoy still roped a 1-2 pitch. We'll see if Moody still wants to bunt as the 0-1 comes from Flores. No. It's off speed, hits the inner half, and Flores is ahead 0-2. To the Pirates' third baseman, Aiden Moody. Flores throws to first and chases McCoy with a dive back to the bag. No real threat of getting him there, but just kept him honest. Again, they stole 4 bases Thursday night. There's another throw to first. Mitchell, Stewart, Flores, and Thompson all stole the base Thursday. There goes McCoy, and the throw goes into center field by Rogers. In quickly is Greiman, and McCoy, who wasn't paying attention to it, is still at second base. Infielders deked him pretty good as the ball skyrocketed over second base by Rogers as he simply overthrew it. That allowed them to keep McCoy at second base. Now he's got a healthy lead from second. Moody with a 1-2 count. That one fouled up and out of play. The count stays at 1-2. Flores with a runner on second. There is 1 out. This high-powered Sinton offense scores about 9 runs a game. The batter asks for time as Diego has taken too much time, he thought. So 1-2 the count. Flores checks the sign. Goes to the stretch. McCoy with his lead from second. A breaking ball, rope to center. Greiman will field it on 2 hops. McCoy will try to score. They'll throw to second and not get the runner as Taylor's throw to Rust was wide to the right field side and the runner scooted inside. So it's an RBI single by Moody to make it 3-1. He takes second on the throw. So it's 3-1 now. Pirates on top. Scoreboard still not working. They have a runner on second again with only 1 out. Rogers goes and talks to his pitcher and all the infield there with him. First, second, and shortstop stay and talk a little longer to Flores, probably encouragement words, as they bring up their 9-hole hitter, Rob Thomas, the right fielder. The junior bats .311 on the season. As Moody takes his lead, that one short hopped Rogers for ball 1. Flores simply overthrew the curveball. Mitchell walks up and says something to Thomas as he gets back in the batter's box. Flores 1-0 pitch. They bunts it out in front of the plate. Flores will field, throw to first. Sack bunt. 1-3 is out number 2. Brings up the top of the order and Blake Mitchell. He walked and scored in the first. Mitchell, their best player, no doubt. Earned his 58th walk of the season. And he leads the team with 46 runs scored now. Bats with a runner on third and 2 out. Flores has to get out of the jam, and this is a wild pitch that'll score the run. Mitchell won't have to. Moody scores from third on the wild pitch. Makes it 4-1. Sitting on top, Mitchell now up with 2 outs and the bases empty. Takes an RBI opportunity away from him. He leads the team with 40 on the season and 5 home runs. There's a rope to center. Griman in his tracks makes the catch. Hit that ball as hard as any ball hit tonight, but it's the 3rd out of the inning, and the Wolves get out of it. 2 runs. 3 hits. 2 hits. 2 hits. No errors and nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. It's 4-1 sitting on top of the Wolves. Wolves coming up on the Wolves Sports Network. We're back at Northeast Stadium for a regional semifinal game between the Sinton Pirates and the Davenport Wolves. And let me tell you that if you're looking to hire a high-power hitting CFO who can crush it out of the park on those P&L statements, TriStar Talent connects you with the biggest sluggers in the game. TriStar Talent is Grand Slam recruiting. TriStar Talent. So, the Wolves bat for their 2nd time, down 4-1. They were down 2-0 in the top of the first. Managed to get 1 run. They need more. Emmett Griman, the center fielder, 287 his average. The junior center fielder. Brown's first pitch is low and away. Again, our scoreboard still without power on everything but the pitch count. Fastball hit as a rocket towards center, but won't carry over the center fielder McCoy's head, and that's a fly ball to 8 for out number 1. It's the 3rd of 4 outs recorded by flyouts, as Brown has induced the Wolves batters to get under and send the ball in the air, which is not something that's usually very successful. especially here at Northeast Park, where the ball comes or doesn't travel very well. Those ball one on a breaking ball outside to Ethan Rust. Rust, the junior second baseman, with a .319 average, sends this one down the right field line. In the air, the right fielder comes over and can't make the catch. Great job by Thomas to chase it down, and that evens the count at 1-1. To the 9-hole hitter for the Wolves, Ethan Rust. Mulkey on deck. He scored the game's only run for the Wolves after doubling. Came home on a single by Bubba Thompson. They wait for their second baseman, first baseman, and right fielder to move back into position. Mitchell gives him some signals, and then he'll get back behind the plate and wait for Brown's 1-1 pitch. That's low and away. Count out 2-1 to Ethan Rust. Mulkey on deck. Soak up in the hole for the Wolves. That one's upstairs, and the count goes 3-1 to the 9-hole hitter. Brown hasn't walked anybody. There's strike two, and the count is full. In fact, to be real honest with you, he hasn't thrown 3 balls yet. This is the first time. Full count to Rust with 1 out and the base is empty. There's ball 4. He has walked someone. First walk of the game gives the Wolves their 5th base runner.
1 out in the inning.
We had a hit by pitch. We had a double, a hit by pitch, a single, 2 singles, and a fielder's choice. So Braden Mulkey's due up. He had that double between the shortstop, left fielder, and center fielder that just kind of fell into place. And he scored the Wolves' only run. Now Rust gets his lead from first. We got a pitcher who throws 90 and a catcher who's one of the best in the country. Not real sure how many times we're going to steal. Daniel Sokup tried to steal Thursday night and was thrown out. There's another one in the air by Mulkey. It won't carry into left center. The center fielder McCoy comes over and makes the play. So fly ball to 8 is the second out, as it was the first. That brings up Sokup up. He flew out to left field in his first trip. Daniel second on the team with 31 runs scored and has 16 runs batted in. Right now, Davenport would just like him to keep the inning going with 2 outs and 1 on. Braden Brown's first pitch to him is up in the letters, so it's ball 1. Great crowd. We were here last weekend with the Rangers and the Chargers. I think there might be more here tonight at this one, today at this one, than we had last weekend for those 2 5A schools. These are 4As. Sokup sees a fastball inner half, take the count to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to the 2-hole hitter, a sophomore, Daniel Sokup. Brown throws another ball up in his eyes. Daniel lays off. Again, leads the team with an on-base percentage of almost 600. Also leads the team in hit by pitch. There's ball 4, and he walks. Sokup keeps the inning going with a 2-out walk. Now 2 on and 2 out for the Wolves. And Jacob Simon was hit by a pitch last time up. 371 his average, 3 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Simon tied with Sokup with 31 runs scored on the year, second best on the team. Sokup's at first. There's strike 1 on the outside corner. Rust is at second. They're not holding Sokup, as you'd expect, with 2 outs. Second baseman trying to keep Rust close. Bluffs back and forth. There's one in the dirt. Mitchell wanted to throw behind Sokup at first, but didn't get control of the ball as he pulled it out of his glove, and it's 1-1 to Jacob Simon. The senior shortstop to add to his 42 runs batted in, his team best 42 runs batted in. The 3-hole hitter for the Wolves. Sends this one up in the air, up and out of play. The count goes to 1-2. Again, we don't have a scoreboard, which makes it difficult for the fans to stay up to play. Blue sends 1-2 up with his fingers again. We know that. The 1-2 pitch, a curveball sent to left. That'll be a hit. I don't know if Rust will be able to score. As we saw, the left fielder, Chester, had a good arm. So the bases are loaded now on the 2-out single by Simon. That brings up Bubba Thompson. He singled with an RBI, drove home Mulkey back in the first. He's got a chance to drive in 1 or 2 here and chip into this 4-1 lead by Sinton. Brown out of the full windup now with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Thompson swings over the top of it and fouls it down the third base line. It's better to hit on the top half of the ball than the bottom half. Thompson just needs a line drive here to bring some runs home. Catcher asks for time. Mitchell had some sweat in his right eye and tries to wipe it out now. Wolves dugout, hoping for some more magic here by Bubba Thompson. There's a breaking ball away, and the count even at 1-1. Scoreboard's back on. They're going to start plugging things in, no doubt. Thompson back in, waits for Brown. Brown's 1-1 out of the full windup. That's a foul ball. It hit him first. It hit him first. It hit his back and then it hit the bat. It hit his back and then hit the bat. That's what it did. We don't have replay, but we'll have to ask. It did hit his bat before it hit the back. You heard the thud of the back before it did ping off the bat. Should be an RBI, but we'll wait and see. Do we have a replay that shows anything? Probably not. That's a tough replay to see. They say they did say it is a hit batsman. So hit by pitch, Bubba Thompson gets an RBI. So his second RBI of the day makes it a 4-2 game as Russ scores from third. Sokup goes to third, Simon to second. Thompson's now on first. So that brings up Locke Taylor. He singled back in the first. Now he bats with the 2 outs and the bases loaded here in the bottom of the second inning. So Brown again. Fastball. Taylor couldn't swing. Strike 1. As Brown tries to work in a hurry to get out of this jam. Aiming for the outside corner. That's low and away, and the count's even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Taylor, Locke Taylor takes one inside for ball 2. Sinton crowd wants everything to be a strike. I don't blame him. My son was playing on this team, I'd probably be hollering the same way. Brown again. The 2-1. Throws it by Locke Taylor and evens the count at 2-2. Big time fastball. He just rocked and fired. So it'll be a 2-2 pitch with the bases loaded and 2 out. Taylor takes strike 3. Couldn't get the bat off. That's the 3rd out. But the Wolves do score a run.
Davenport scores 1 run on 1 hit. No errors,
Looks like just 1 hit. No errors. 3 left. They've left 3 both times have got to score those runners. It's 4-2 Sinton as we head to the third on the Wolves Sports Network. We're back to Northeast Stadium. Sinton leads at 4-2 as we head to the top of the third. And our recruiting costs hurting your company's ability to build the right team? All TriStar talent will scout and recruit for you. Don't wait for the next inning, partner. Partner with the TriStar talent and turn your recruiting curveballs into money balls. TriStar talent. Marco Gonzalez will lead it off for the Pirates here in the top of the third. They're up 4-2. Scoreboard still struggling, and there's a curveball for strike one. Diego Flores working his third inning for the Wolves. Trying to hold on. There's a ground ball to short. Simon has to come in quick. His throw is in time. They get the speedy Gonzalez. 6-3 the put out. That's the first out. And for the second inning in a row, the Wolves have got the Pirates first out of the inning. Last inning, the Pirates followed with back-to-back singles. Scored a run and then scored another run on a wild pitch. So they scored twice in the first and second. Jacque Stewart, 400 average with 5 home runs and 34 runs batted in. His 34 RBIs, fourth best on the team. Well, that's not true. That has to be second best. Well, yeah, third best on the team. He's a senior. The first baseman for the Pirates. Sends a rocket to right field. This one might be out of here. It's off the wall. Sokup went to the wall. Now over is the center fielder. Dryman gets it in and limits Stewart to a double. That one had eyes on getting over the fence, but it bounced off the wall. Goodness, did he hit that ball hard. Jacque Stewart. So they've got a one-out runner. And Nick Flores, the second baseman. 323 his average, had a sac bunt his first trip. 3 home runs, 36 RBIs. That's second best on the team. So Flores waits for Flores's pitch. This one is in the dirt, wild pitch, sends the runner to third. Rogers got everything low, just didn't have the glove in the middle, and something squeaked through that ball for the wild pitch. Stewart now on third with 1 out. Flores still the batter with a 1-0 count. So Diego goes to the stretch with a runner on third. The 1-0. There's a single to center. Dryman will get it on one hop, but that'll be an RBI for their 5th run of this game. Stewart scores from third. It's 5-2. Now Flores on first with Braden Brown, the opposing pitcher, due up. 340 his average, the senior, with 23 runs batted in. Flores has a lead from second. He had a stolen base on Thursday. Not going here. Curveball fouled back by Brown to the screen. So Flores tries to work out of more trouble. Ball one, so 1-1 the count to Brown from Diego Flores. That's a fastball for a strike. Count 1-2. Flores with a huge lead at first, still not going. I don't know if he wants to make sure Brown gets the best pitch he can get, because he's halfway past that curvature. And there he goes. Fastball low and away. Good throw, just late. So a stolen base for Nick Flores. They've got a runner in second. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just 1 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, though, to Braden Brown. 5-2. Sinton on top of game 2. This best of 3 series. The Wolves won game 1 Thursday night at Sinton. Another curveball, this one a little bit late on the swing, fouled up and out of play on the first base side. Don't know if he's trying to right field it, send it to right field by hitting behind the runner, but in any bit he got under it and fouled it up and out of play. So another 2-2 pitch. Fastball low. It's a full count. Only the second full count by Flores tonight, but they've hit in a lot of early counts. There's ball 4 as he walks Braden Brown. So now 2 runners on for Sinton. Only 1 out and 1 run already in. Cash Wood grounded out second to first. And the Wolves coaches are going to come out and talk to Diego Flores. We have a vantage point where we can see someone throwing down there. It's a left-hander. Yeah. Number 14. That's Dylan Bulkey. Wolves really hoping that Flores could keep them into this game, because their pitching depth with injuries and such is not very deep right now. And if Flores can't keep going, that really puts a dent into what they have pitching-wise, especially if they have to go to game 3 later this afternoon. Sinton cheerleaders up again, encouraging their crowd as they lead right now 5-1, top of the 3rd. Diego Flores trying to get out of a 1-out jam here with 2 on and 1 out. To the stretch, the batter is Cash Wood. We mentioned that a minute ago. Takes a fastball up and in for ball 1. One of the best hitting teams in all of Texas high school baseball, the Sinton Pirates. This one back up the middle. Rust flips it. Simon to second. Double play, and somehow the Rangers get out of it. 4-6-3, the double play. And that ends the inning. Just one run for the Pirates. They had 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the third. It's 5-2 Pirates on the Wolves Sports Network.
Thanks to everyone that helped get us back there.
Back to Northeast Stadium. Tony Brubaker with you as the Wolves trail the Pirates by a 5-2 score. Business owners, are you ready to take your recruiting to the major league? Trust TriStar Talent to handpick the perfect player for your team's unique needs. TriStar Talent Recruiting, no bench warmers allowed. TriStar Talent. Cody Meckler, the 6-hole hitter for the Wolves, will lead it off for Davenport here in the bottom of the third. And he gets hit right in the back of the neck. Caught his helmet as well as him, I believe. It caught part of him. So he is the third batter hit by Brown. Training staff will go out and talk with Cody Meckler. And I'm sure the senior has no desire to come out of the game. Helmet helped him enough, but even if it caught the back of his neck, it caught as much helmet as it caught anything. So he's on first as the leadoff batter for the Wolves. Training staff will walk back to the dugout. First base coach jokes with the first baseman as well, Stewart. And Meckler's on first, leading it off for the Wolves here in the bottom of the third. Down 5-2. The Wolves have gotten out of jams in 2 of the 3 innings with double play balls. So their defense not letting them down tonight. Against arguably the best team in all of 4A, the Sinton Pirates. Made it to the state tournament the last 2 years. They won it all last year. 7 seniors trying to help him to go back-to-back. Brown's first pitch to Rogers is strike 1 as he swings through a fastball. Rogers 4 home runs, 16 runs batted in for the senior catcher Cody Rogers. Ground ball between short and third, and he gets a single, and it bounces off of the left fielder, going all the way to third and getting there easily. He actually slid past the bag, but it's a single and an E7 which leads Rogers to second base, and Meckler all the way to third. Meckler will get a courtesy runner. Courtesy runner is Aiden Guerrero. The junior will courtesy run. So 2 on and nobody out to lead off the third for the Wolves. Brings up the 8-hole hitter. It's a junior, Emmett Greiman. 287 is average, 21 runs batted in. Good chance for a big hit for the junior center fielder. Curveball in there for strike one. As Brown is as good as anyone that the Wolves have faced this year, but they have not backed down from the challenge. That one in the air to left. McCoy comes over, and the runner from third will tag, and Meckler will score. So an RBI, sac fly. Makes it 5-3. So within 2 runs again. The Rangers have been down 2 runs in every inning so far, down 2-0. Then they were down 4-1, made it 4-2, down 5-2, now made it 5-3. Hits even at 5, errors even at 1. That error in left field was their first error of the game. Beat into the ground. Third baseman Moody throws to first, and it's in time. 5-3. They get Ethan Rust. That's the second out. We're back to the top of the order. Now the runner's at third for Braden Mulkey. Mulkey's doubled and flown out to center. 1 for 2 officially. Mulkey was the winning pitcher Thursday night at Sinton in that 1-0 win for the Wolves. Now leads off as he has all year. The left-handed hitting junior steps in against Brown for the 3rd time tonight. Takes a fastball up in his eyes for ball 1. That one down low for ball 2. Mulkey's got a chance to be kind of selective here, although Brown does have overpowering stuff. Fastball, belt high, inner half, strike 1. It's 2-1. 2 outs, a runner on third for the Wolves. Down 5-3. Would love to get that runner home. Mulkey would love to help. Brown's 2-1, beat in the ground, first base side. It's foul, and the count's even at 2-2. That one got in on him, kind of fisted it down the first base line. Now the count's even at 2-2 to the junior, Braden Mulkey, left fielder today. Has a chance to play at the next level. Wants to play in the outfield and hit a lot. There's ball 3. Brown loses the grip on that curveball. It's up and away. And the count's full at 3-2 with a runner on third and 2 outs. Payoff pitch, fouled up and out of play. Mulkey stays alive. Gets another pitch to see another pitch from Brown. Brown to the windup. The 3-2 pitch popped up and out of play, third base side. So this will be the 8th pitch by Brown to Mulkey. He saw 1 his second at bat when he flew out to center. He saw 5 when he got the double in the first to lead off the Wolves first. Mitchell goes out and has a conversation with Brown. Rogers, the runner for Rogers, Guerrero's at third. Mulkey at the plate. 2 out. Rangers down, or Wolves down by a pair. 5-3. They're looking inside, probably fastball. And Mulkey rips it to right field. That one could be extra bases. He'll round first, he gets an RBI. He'll get into second as Thomas gets it in quickly. And there's another double for Braden Mulkey and another RBI for the Wolves. as he smoked it to right field down the line. It's 5-4. Wolves stay alive. Sokup due up. He's flown out to left and walked. Made it all the way to third before Taylor struck out, stranding him there. Sokup, a .356 average, 16 runs batted in. Second on the team with 31 runs scored. He also leads the team, been hit by a pitch 15 times according to stats. His dad says more than 20 times. Wouldn't mind getting hit here and bringing up another base hitter. That fastball on the inside corner, strike one to the sophomore right fielder, Daniel Sokup. Grounds this one towards first. It's a fair ball. Races, and then Brown covers. 3-1, the put out for the third out of the inning. But the Wolves score twice on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We head to the fourth, 5-4, Sinton on top on the Wolves Sports Network. And we're back. Beautiful Northeast Stadium here in North San Antonio. The Pirates lead the Wolves 5-4 as we play into the top of the fourth. The Wolves won Thursday night in game 1 of the series. There's a foul ball first base side. Looks like it'll drift out of play, and it does. Strike one to Caden McCoy, the center fielder. 1 home run, 19 RBIs, and his .337 average for the senior center fielder. Singled, stole a base back in the second. He bats here in the fourth, leads it off for the Pirates. Diego Flores working into his 4th inning of work. Sends that fastball belt high, inside corner, strike 2. It's 0-2 to the leadoff man for the Pirates here in the fourth. McCoy, the 7-hole hitter in this lineup. They have 7, 8, and 9 due up to start off. That fastball catches the outside corner, and I believe that's McCoy's first strikeout of the game. Called looking. He gets McCoy. That brings up the third baseman, Aiden Moody. Moody, 196 average, 1 home run, 19 RBIs, the junior third baseman. First time up, singled. Had an RBI and took second on the throw, ended up scoring on a wild pitch. Diego Flores winds and throws. Curveball for strike 1. As his first 4 pitches have looked well thrown. Scoreboard's back on, by the way. Shows 5-4. Visiting team Pirates with 2-2-1. The home team Davenport 1-1-2. It's 5-4. There's ball 1. It's 1-1 to Aiden Moody. With 1 out, nobody on base. Third baseman waits for Flores' 1-1 pitch. Back up the middle. Simon on a nice hop. Shoots a throw across. 6-3 is out number 2. And now the 9-hole hitter. It's the junior right fielder, Rob Thomas. He had a sac bunt his first time up. .311 his average, 1 home run, 12 runs batted in. Flores sends him a breaking ball that stayed up high for ball 1. First batter he didn't get ahead on. Diego gets his sign from Rogers. Now his 1-0 pitch. Fastball inside corner makes it 1-1. Cat calls by the Pirate fans again, as you would expect. Top of the order's next, so it'd be really nice to get out of this inning without Mitchell coming up. It's a fly ball towards left. Mulkey has a beat on it, starts to drift to his right and makes the catch. A can of corn, and that's the first 1-2-3 inning that the Pirates have probably been in a while. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 5-4 Pirates on the Wolves Sports Network. And we're back at Northeast Stadium, where you see some of the fans that haven't paid to get into the stadium tonight. They've got those outfield seats next to their vehicles or close to their vehicles. But that's the good thing about this stadium, is you can do that too if you want to. So it's 5-4, Sinton on top of Davenport as we head to the bottom of the 4th. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Wolves. That's Simon, Thompson, and Taylor due up. The lead, the closest it's been in any at bat for, well, they made it this way at the end of the 3rd and then held them. So this second inning that we've been within 1. They took the lead in the 1st, led 2-1 after 1, led 4-2 after 2. Breaking ball low and away is ball 1. They led 2-1, 4-2, then they led 5-4. And they didn't score in the 4th. Their first inning, they did not score. And now, Jacob Simon, the shortstop, sends this one in the air, first base side. Count even up at 1-1. Single to left field his last time up. Was hit by a pitch his first. So a perfect night as he takes the breaking ball like a slider or a tight curve. Didn't break a whole lot. Counts 1-2 to leadoff man for the Wolves here in the 4th. That one's low and away, evens the count at 2-2. Again, a great crowd here at Northeast Stadium. Both teams have brought lots of fans. That fastball hits the outside corner, and it's strike 3 to Simon, retired for the first time tonight. The first out of the inning brings up Bubba Thompson, hit by a pitch and singled with an RBI. Actually, an RBI on both trips. When he was hit by a pitch, he forced in a run. Thompson's single was his 37th hit. There's a breaking ball for strike 1. His single was his 37th hit of the single, and 31 of the 31 hit on the season, and 31 of those 37 hits have been singles. He had a double Thursday at Sinton to help us. Well, he drove in the only run of the game. Bats now with a 1-1 pitch from Brown. That breaking ball stays. Well, they said it hit the inside corner, did Blue. And the count's 1-2. One ball, 2 strike. Brown with 1 out and the bases empty behind him. Sends a fastball up at the letters. Mitchell was begging for that one, didn't get the call, as he hasn't given many high strikes a call, and that one probably no higher than the curveball was that was called a strike. But that fastball didn't get called. It's 2-2 to Bubba Thompson. Another fastball in the air, first base side up and out of play as he stays alive. Thompson, 324 that average. Now with 22 runs batted in. The count goes full. Yes, 22 runs batted in. The full count pitch by Brown. Ripped to left, past the third baseman. Another hit for Bubba Thompson. Another hard hit ball. And the Rangers have their 1-out runner on first base for Locke Taylor. Taylor called out on strikes back in the second, singled in the first.
First base number 20, Locke Taylor.
First pitch not in the zone by Brown, makes it 1-0. Taylor fouls that one down the third base side as he got on top of it. Someone from the Davenport dugout will run down the line to get it. That breaking ball sails outside. It's 2-1 to Locke Taylor. 20 RBI on the season, 2 home runs, 275 that average. 7 doubles under his belt this season. Locke Taylor, the senior first baseman, takes that ball wide. The count's now 3-1. Brown has been pinpoint a lot, but he's also missed just off several times. Fastball threw right by him as he didn't even swing. It's full count, 3-2. I don't know if Taylor was taken, but it looked like he was. He never moved the bat. Now a full count pitch. Brown with a runner on first and 1 out. Another fastball. They say this one is strike 3. Taylor thought he walked. It's the second out of the inning. Right at the belt. Not called every time tonight, but called that time. So Cody Meckler, the third baseman. A home run and 15 runs batted in for the senior third baseman. Brown bearing down. That ball's low and away for ball 1. So after an out, Bubba Thompson roped a single to left. Taylor struck out. Now Meckler at the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. That one Q-sticked off the edge of the bat, stays fair, and Stewart will tag him out. 3 unassisted. is out number 3. So we have a completely scoreless inning for the first time today. We head to the 5th. It's 5-4, Sinton on top of Davenport. Again, heading to the top of the 5th on the Wolves Sports Network. And we're back to Northeast Stadium, where you see some Wolves fans over there by their dugout. Right now, the Pirates lead at 5-4 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. The 4th inning was the first inning that no one scored after 3 innings where both teams scored. Are you a business owner looking for skilled workers that are hard to find? TriStar Talent has you covered. We screen candidates meticulously so you don't have to. TriStar Talent, your gateway to an exceptional team. So top of the order, Blake Mitchell, their All-American catcher, due up first. He flew out to center after walking his first time. Takes a first pitch fastball. They say low. Home plate says low. Mitchell was 2 for 3 Thursday in Sinton with a walk and a strikeout against Braden Mulkey. Diego Flores has got him out once out of twice. There's a fastball. Must have been wide. It's 2-0 to the leadoff hitter here in the 5th, and the leadoff hitter in the game, Blake Mitchell. Grounds it towards first. It's fair and not handled by Taylor. He bobbles it, and Mitchell will be on first on an E3. Mitchell's fast, and he had a chance to beat Flores to the bag, but if he fields it cleanly, he's got a chance. So Marco Gonzalez, the shortstop, he singled and grounded out to short. He's 1 for 2. Mitchell now officially, with a walk, an error, and an out, is 0 for 2. Takes a lead, doesn't go. First pitch is ball 1 as Flores has gotten behind both batters here in the 5th. Top of the order, not a time to, you got to throw strikes. Diego checks the runner, throws to first, sends Mitchell back. Again, what is it? 34 stolen bases on the season. There he goes. The bunt is fouled by Gonzalez. Evens the count at 1-1. Mitchell will have to go back to first. He's trying to advance him easily, but Mitchell was already running. Kind of a strange time to bunt, in my humble opinion. So it's a 1-1 count with nobody out, and Pirates with a runner on first. Runner doesn't go. This is a bunt back to the pitcher. Boy, they had it, and he throws it away. Flores throws it down the right field line. Mitchell will round third, and he'll try to come home. Sokup's throw. In time, he called him out. Oh, my. Mitchell pointing at the umpire, but he called him out. Hard to tell with the umpire covering up the plate on that replay. I love the chance that we had a replay, but it's really hard to tell. Live, I thought it was bang, bang. Could have gone either way. I thought he might have scored. But Blue called him out. So, he won that runner. So, 1-9-2 on the putout is out number 1. They're still arguing with the home plate umpire. They got a chance to get somebody thrown out, and that might be a player the way they're barking. Those players are barking something fierce. If he goes to the plate and says something to home plate, man, he got a chance to be tossed. Third base coach, their manager, Alanis, is trying to tell him to calm down. They don't need to lose him. So, Marco Gonzalez is at third base after reaching base on an error and taking third on the throw to home. So he gets second base on that error, gets third on the throw to the plate. So the batter is Jockey Stewart, the senior first baseman, 400 hitter, 5-34, home runs and RBIs, and a double his last time up, roped it to right field. He's the one that hit it off the wall. And there's ball 1 as Rogers looks back at Blue and says what was wrong with that, as it was right there at his knees. So ball 1 to Stewart. So they've got a runner on third and now 1 out. Scoreboard still hasn't recorded the out. Scoreboard's still having trouble. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good stop by Rogers, but that's 2-0 to Stewart.
1 out, Indians. 1 out, Indians.
So 2 batters have come up. They've both been on third base. One of them thrown out trying to score. They say that breaking ball's down low by Flores, and Blue's really not giving him anything. So 3-0. I can't imagine Stewart would be swinging, but we'll see. Flores will have to put it in there if he doesn't want to walk him. Maybe they're pitching around him. I don't know. And another one in the dirt, and that's ball 4. They walked him. So runners on first and third now with 1 out. Brings up the second baseman, Nick Flores. Out 1-4 on a sac bunt, and then singled up the middle. Stole a base, but was stranded at second. Back in the third. Flores is up, his .323 average, 3 home runs, 36 runs batted in. That's the second high on the team, that 36 RBI, 37 RBIs, pardon me now, with that RBI, with that single back in the third. So he's an RBI opportunity for Nick Flores as he works against Diego Flores here in the 5th. Flores has at least given Davenport some innings. 5-4 the score, Pirates on top. That one's just wide. So Diego gets his sign. Stewart. That's strike 1. So 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nick Flores as Diego Flores works into the 5th for Davenport. He checks first, looks at third. Stewart goes. Rogers won't throw him out because he had too big of a jump. So second and third now with 1 out for the Pirates. Two balls and a strike to Nick Flores. Runners on second, third, infield's up. trying to cut out a run at the plate. There's ball 3 as he sends that fastball up and in. So now Diego's in a little bit of trouble with 2 on and 1 out, both in scoring position. Their cleanup hitter, more of a contact hitter than a cleanup hitter, but he's good nonetheless. Fastball in the air, left center field. Greiman goes back, kind of medium deep. The runner will score from third. It'll be 6-4. So a 2-run lead again for the Pirates on an F8 for the second out. So 2 outs and 1 on. It's 6-4. Wolves have out hit the Pirates 7-5, but they have 3 errors, do the Wolves, to just 1 of the Pirates. They've hurt themselves in this inning especially. Back-to-back errors let those first 2 runners get on, even though 1 was thrown out, the second one scored. So an unearned run here in the 6th, or in the 5th, pardon me, top of the 5th. That one down low. This is Braden Brown, the opposing pitcher. He's up there 2-0 the count now. He walked and grounded into an unusual double play of 5-3-5. Head coach of Sinton wants to come down and talk with home plate umpire. Not real sure. Davenport's head coach comes out and talks. Not sure what the conversation is, but it's still going on. Not real sure what the discussion is. There's a coach in the dugout. So now Flores to the plate. Kind of a Q-tip off the end of his bat down into right field. It's a single. Sokup's throw comes in and won't score the run. They'll have first and third as the runner Stewart makes his way to third but doesn't try to score on the 2-out single by Brown. His first hit of the game. Cash Wood now. He's grounded out to second and grounded into a double play. Cash Wood. Rogers comes out from behind the plate and gives signals to his infielders. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Pirates up by 2 again at 6-4. Single by Brown puts him to first. I'm sure they put a courtesy runner in for him. I didn't get it. As a ground ball to third. Up with it. The throw across, and they get the runner at first as Taylor puts the tag. Meckler's throw was up the line a little bit, but it is out number 3. So they score a run without a hit. 2 errors by the Wolves and 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 6-4 Pirates on the Wolves Sports Network. All right, we're back to Northeast Stadium. No excuse recruiting with TriStar Talent. Finding top-tier employees can be easy. Their expert recruiters specialize identifying those hard-to-find skill sets. We work for you at TriStar Talent. Back 6-4, Sinton on top as the Wolves bat in the bottom of the 5th. It's 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Wolves. Cody Rogers has a one-hopper over the pitcher's head, and he'll get an infield single as Brown going for it, then loses his footing. So not a hard hit ball, but nonetheless, Meckler's on first base. And that is Guerrero running for him at first. So the batter will be Emmett Griman, the center fielder. The junior center fielder has 21 runs batted in, 287 his average, 26 runs scored. The other night at Sinton, he was 1 for 3. One of 4 Ranger hits that night. One of 4 Ranger hitters that got hits. Tonight he's flown out to center and had a sac fly to center that scored a run and got him an RBI. So 22 runs batted in for him this season. He's up with an 0-1 count to lead off the 5th. Sends this one in the air, not sure it'll get out of the infield. Second baseman Flores makes the catch. 1 out. Runner on first and 1 out now for Ethan Rust. Rust, 14 runs batted in, had a walk and a ground out to third in 2 plate appearances so far. There's a fastball in her half for strike 1. Griman a pedestrian lead at first. There's strike 2 over the outer half. And Brown's poured a couple of fastballs right across. Russ now down in the count 0-2. Expect a curveball probably in the dirt. Well, grounds it to third. They've got a chance for 2. 5-4-3. They run it. Their first double play of the night gets them out of the inning. So the Rangers, or the Wolves, pardon me, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. It's the Pirates up 6-4 on the Wolves Sports Network. Back to Northeast Stadium. Remember that All-Star Talent can make the hiring process simple. They make methods with long-lasting results. Try to get your business and your culture to start talent, no excuse recruiting. So the Pirates lead it. It is 6-4 as we play into the 6th inning. Diego Flores continues to work, still down by 2. Fastball for strike 1 to Caden McCoy, the 7-hole hitter. They started the 4th inning out with 7, 8, and 9, and Diego got him 1, 2, 3. Let's hope he can do something similar now. Diego Flores, the sophomore right-hander. That one's in the air, right field. Sokup going back. He has a beat on it, though, and he makes the catch. F9 is out number 1 on 2 pitches. Brings up the third baseman, Aiden Moody.
Third baseman number 11, Aiden Moody.
Singled, had an RBI back in the 2nd inning. Grounded out short to first in the 4th. Moody 0 for 1 officially in that game Thursday night. Came off the bench, starting today. The right-hander waits for Flores' 0-1. That's in the ground. Shortstop Simon will come up with it on a big hop. His throw won't be in time as Moody just ran it. Telling you what, when Simon waited for that last hop, you knew it was trouble, and it's an infield single for Aiden Moody. Simon needed to charge that one and get it on an earlier hop to have any chance to get the speedy third baseman, and he's got some wheels. They gonna courtesy run for him? No one's out of the dugout yet. Yeah, they are.
Pitch runner number 14, Andrew Cantu.
Yes.
Right fielder number 12, Rob Thomas.
Andrew Cantu, the courtesy runner. Rob Thomas, the right fielder. Sack bunt and a fly out to left, his 2 trips. First pitch fastball in there for strike 1. Sinton crowd catcalling the home plate umpire on that one now too. They've been that way all day though. I don't know why I'd expect anything different. Back to the pitcher. Russ lets it go. Simon steps on second base, throws to first. That is a 6-3 double play. And the Rangers are out of the inning. Not 1, 2, 3 the perfect way, but it still works. Only 3 batters come to the plate, no runs. 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The Rangers are down 6-4. The Wolves are down 6-4 on the Wolves Network. We're back at Northeast Stadium as you see the Davenport dugout there. The Wolves trail the Pirates 6-4 as we play into the bottom of the sixth. Again, the Wolves won the opener Thursday night 1-0 behind Braden Mulkey's great pitching and timing hitting, including the only RBI of the game by Bubba Thompson. Right now they're in a dogfight, down 6-4. The Pirates have scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and then 1 in the fifth to lead 6-4. The Wolves 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, but they've been blanked 2 innings in a row. Now we're back to the top of the order, and Braden Mulkey, who's doubled twice, scored once. One double to left field in between the shortstop left in center field. There's a rope. That'll go in front of the center fielder, McCoy. So Mulkey is a perfect 3 for 3 on a hard hit single to left center. Brings up the right fielder, Daniel Sokup, with a runner on first. Mulkey will stay as he's one of their fastest guys, if not the fastest guy. Sokup today has flown to left, walked, and grounded out first to pitch. Brown. Works. Sokup bluffs a bunt, then pulls the bat back. Mitchell wants to know where it was. Well, they're arguing home an awful lot now. They continue to argue with home. Oh, he's appealing down to third that he didn't get the bat back in time, but I don't know about that one. I thought he pulled it back pretty quick. So 2-0 the pitch. That's butt towards third. It'll roll foul. Sokup will come back to a 2-1 count. The Wolves got game one, fighting like a dog here in game two, fighting like a wolf. 6-4 Pirates lead. There's a bunt first base side. This will be fair. Brown will throw it out to Stewart. So sack 1-3 is out number one. Now with Mulkey on second, Jacob Simon comes up. He's called out on strikes his last trip, had singled and been hit by a pitch his first two trips. So the senior shortstop, 371 that average, 42 runs batted in to lead the team, has a chance to drive one in here, fouls this one back up and out of play. One of the few baseball stadiums where there's not a parking lot behind you in the stadium. Parking lots all down the left field line and way in foul territory left side. Now a swing and miss is strike two to Simon as he waves at a curveball as it goes by. Jacob Simon, senior shortstop, wants to help his team out here. 0-2 the count though. Brown. Another curveball, he waves at it, and he's down on strikes for the second time today, pardon me, at 3:53.
Number 22, Bubba Thompson.
Bubba Thompson, 2 for 2 and was hit by a pitch also. Has a couple of RBIs, one of them on the hit by pitch. Mulkey at second, 2 out. Curveball by Brown is wide for ball one. Wolves trying to cut into the 6-4 Pirate lead with a runner on second with 2 outs. There he goes. The throw by Mitchell is not in time, and he steals third base. So Mulkey's now on third. They stole off of Mitchell. Yes, he'll be playing professional baseball more than likely next year. So it's a 2-0 count to Bubba Thompson now. Curveball, slider in there for strike one. Blake Mitchell is as good as I've seen this year as a catcher behind the plate. There's another curveball wide for ball three. It's 3-1 to Bubba Thompson. Locke Taylor on deck. He's been called out on strikes the last two trips after singling in the first. So Thompson with an RBI opportunity. Looks at a 3-1. Another slider in there for strike two. So Thompson's ready. Bubba with a chance now to get his third RBI of the game and make this a one-run game. Braden Brown out of the windup. Another breaking ball hit the left center. It won't carry though. McCoy goes back and makes the catch. Fly ball to center is out number three after a leadoff single. The Wolves don't score. No runs, one hit, no errors, one left. We head to the top of the seventh on the Wolves Network. And we're back. Another beautiful Saturday afternoon picture here from North San Antonio and Northeast Stadium. Ready to fire your nephew but don't have his replacement? Well, take your workforce to the next level and get the team your business deserves. Partner with TriStar Talent and unlock the potential of hiring for the long term. Recruit and retain with TriStar Talent. So back to the top of the order, and Blake Mitchell, who actually 2 innings ago was thrown out at the plate on a questionable call by the home plate umpire as he tried to score from first on an error. Strike one on a ball at his knees on the inside corner. Well, like many batters today, he's basically standing on the plate with his knee right on the edge. If it doesn't hit his knee, it's got to be a strike. That's my read on it. Diego Flores. Misses outside, says Blue. Another fantastic crowd here at Northeast Stadium. Playoff action. This is the regional semifinals at Class 4A. Flores sends a curveball in there for strike two. So 1-2 the count to Blake Mitchell, their All-American high school catcher. Signed with LSU. Nobody thinks he'll go, though, as he'll probably sign somewhere with a major league team in the first round of next month's MLB draft. Flores sends this one wild back to the screen and evens the count at 2-2. Trying to overthrow. Puts a little too much on it, and it goes back to the screen, but it's just 2-2 now. Flores brings the 2-2 pitch to Mitchell. It's up and away and runs the count full. Diego hasn't had a full count since clear back in the third. Although I do see he's either 108 or 109 pitches. There's a rocket to center. Greiman will come over and make the catch. Oh my. You know Mitchell's not very happy about that one. He hit that on a rope, but Greiman, a big space to cover, got there. That brings up the shortstop, Marco Gonzalez, with one out. The base is empty.
Shortstop number 8, Marco Gonzalez.
He singled in the first, an infield hit, then grounded out to short and reached on an error by the pitcher as he bounced back to the pitcher, and Flores threw it away. First pitch fastball's up and in. Ball one to the junior shortstop. 365 is average. This one back up the middle, a couple of hops. Picked up by Rust. His throw to first won't be in time. Another infield single for Marco Gonzalez. Rust did a good job getting to it behind second base, but his throw didn't have a chance. Gonzalez was held 0 for 4 Thursday night. That's his second hit tonight, both infield variety. Actually, yes, his second hit, both infield. And now we'll have a pitching change. So we'll take a break. It's 6-4 Pirates. They've got one out and one on as we take a break on the Wolves Sports Network. Hayden Harper, the new pitcher for the Wolves. But now's about the time in the game where I tell you the pitching depth for the Wolves is not real good. Harper 1-4 this season. His ERA is too high to mention, but he's going to come try to stop the Sinton offense that has scored 6 runs already with 8 hits. The Wolves have aided them with 3 errors, but Jockey Stewart, first baseman's walked and doubled and then walked again. Like an intentional walk back in the 5th. Harper's first pitch is wide for ball 1. Harper, a junior. Breaking ball in for strike 1, so the count's 1-1. Not real sure how confident I am he wants to throw to this guy who's obviously a prolific hitter in this Pirate lineup that has a bunch of them. Throw to first, chases Gonzalez back, but no real play. Harper needs to focus on the batter, a 3-hole hitter. His 1-1 pitch. Another breaking ball, just missed. Stewart was 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout against McCoy. Or against Mulkey. Why did I say McCoy? Braden Mulkey. As he shut down this high-powered offense. Mitchell was the only one who hit it very well. There's a swing and a miss by Stewart as he whiffs at the fastball of Hayden Harper. Gonzalez gets the lead from first with 1 out, the 2-2. Hit the knee of Stewart. So hit by a pitch. He takes first. Gonzalez goes to second. Brings up the second baseman, Nick Flores. Davenport coaches would love to do something. They just don't have the pitching depth you'd hope you'd have at this part of the season. 2 different starters went out during the year with injuries, and that really, not that Braden Mulkey wouldn't have been the #1 starter, because I was told by his dad he wasn't the #1 starter, but he became the #1 starter with those 2 injuries. Breaking ball by Harper is wide for ball 1. Now he just seems to be a little bit shell-shocked. Just got to throw strikes. Make him hit the ball. You got a chance if they do that. Fastball inner half, strike 1. 1-1. He's evened up the count. He has thrown strikes. He's challenged the hitters now. The junior's being asked to do. Flores is the cleanup hitter at 323. 37 runs in with the ones he has today. Fly ball to left. Mulkey will go over. Make the put out. That's out number 2. As this park just, it's hard to get a ball out of this park. We saw one last year by a couple of players when the Rangers were playing Westlake. But last weekend, I think we have 1 home run in 2 games. It's just hard to get it out of here. The wind blowing stronger this weekend than it was last weekend. So 2 outs and 2 on for the Pirates. This is a fly ball to center. It'll chase Greiman over and back. He loses his hat but makes the catch. A couple of fly ball outs gets us out of the inning. Good job by Hayden Harper. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's still 6-4. The Pirates on top on the Wolves Sports Network. Well, head coach Dennis Schluter and the Wolves need some kind of a miracle here in the bottom of the 7th, down 6-4. They have fought tooth and nail to get those 4 runs. The Pirates have just been a little bit better against Diego Flores, but now the Pirates send out a new pitcher as their 3rd baseman. Aiden Moody is his name. 6-1 on the season. His ERA 0.70. I don't think I need to say anything else. He throws heat. First pitch fastball swung on and fouled by Locke Taylor, who leads it off for the Wolves. It's 5, 6, and 7 due up first for the Wolves. That one up and in, ball one. Moody, a hard throwing right-hander. Works quick, as did Brown most of the time. Another fastball up and in. 2-1 the count to the leadoff hitter for the Wolves here in the bottom of the seventh. It is the bottom of the seventh. If the Pirates hold on, we'll play another game somewhere around 30 minutes after this one. Throws that one by Locke Taylor. It's 2-2. Taylor has singled and struck out twice. He'd love to get a bat on a ball here and drive it somewhere. 2-2. Strikes him out. This one swinging. Out number one. Sinton trying to even up this best-of-3 series at 1 apiece as the Wolves won Thursday night in Sinton, 1-0. Cody Meckler due up. Fielder's choice in the first. Hit by pitch in the third. In the fourth, he grounded out 3 unassisted. Hits a hard hit ball to short. Picked up by Gonzalez. The throw across won't be in time. That's an infield single. As Gonzalez took too much time on that one, he kind of waited for it and didn't get rid of it very quick either. So, infield single. The Rangers have, or the Wolves have a runner. Now they need another runner and someone to drive him in. It's Cody Rogers, the catcher. Has a single of his own to left field. Has 2 singles, one on the infield variety. And he's flown out to center, 2 for 3. He was 0 for 1 with 2 walks in that game at Sinton Thursday night. Cody Rogers, the catcher, senior catcher, fouls this one down the third baseline. It's 1-1. Griman's on deck. Rust in the hole in the top of the order. What the Wolves wouldn't give to get Mulkey back up. With 1 out, that means at least 1 more base runner needed. 2 more base runners needed to get him to the plate. Braden Mulkey, 3 for 3 today, leads it off for the Rangers, but he's 3 batters away, counting Rogers at the plate now with a 1-1 count. Meckler's on first with an infield single. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Moody sends this one upstairs. It's 2-1. To the set. Another fastball up and in. It's 3-1. Rogers, third on the team, been hit 7 times. We take that right now. Need base runners. Do the Wolves. Moody to the stretch. This one in the air to center. It'll carry out to McCoy, chasing it down, and he doesn't catch it. It'll be a single. Rounding second base and going to third is Meckler. It'll be the long single that just hung up for a long time. And McCoy ran. He was in left center field, had to run all the way to right center field. I don't really know where Thomas, the right fielder, was, as he didn't even get close to it. But back-to-back hits by the Wolves, and there's a courtesy runner, Guerrero, for Rogers. So 2 runners on, and we're down by 2 with Griman due up, then Russ, then the top of the order. I don't know if they're going to change pitchers again. That'd be my guess, is they are going to change pitchers again and move some guys around, as Moody wasn't the answer. The 6-1 0.70 ERA didn't get him through today. Looked like he told the second baseman maybe to go to center field. Maybe McCoy will be the pitcher. I don't know. McCoy's number 7. I think that's him standing in center field with Flores. Maybe he just wanted him to go make sure he was okay. Maybe they're not going to change pitchers. We'll keep it here. As that is, yeah, they're going to leave Modi and Adrian Allen. He's the manager. I don't know if I've told you yet. I pretty thought I did early on. He's won like 175 games against 46 losses in 8 years. I mean, just an unbelievable record in Sinton. They've been full of talent, but he's managed them well. So, runners on first and third, 1 out. The batter is Emmett Greiman. Takes a first pitch fastball for strike 1. Outside corner at the knees. A great pitch by Moody to start off Greiman. And there's a hit over the second baseman's head. That'll bring in the 5th run of the game. The Wolves are within 1 at 6-5 and now have runners on first and second with back-to-back-to-back hits. Infield single by Meckler. A single to right by Rogers. Put runners on the corners. And then a single over the second baseman's head by Greiman. Puts runners on first and second with only 1 out. Ethan Rust, one of the best clutch hitters on the team. Second half of the season's now up. And he sends a ball down the right field line. Will it stay? No, it won't stay fair. As the right fielder Thomas was basically standing on the line when he batted. So strike 1 to Ethan Rust. Tried to poke one down the right field line and bring home another run, maybe the tying run or perhaps the winning run. As the Wolves have a chance to win this one in the bottom of the 7th if they can score 2 more times and not force a game 3 of this best of 3 series. Rust down 0-1. Aiden Moody, who's given up back-to-back-to-back hits. His 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball that gets away from Mitchell, but Guerrero doesn't try to test his arm that we already know is really good. Blake Mitchell, their catcher. So they'll count 1-1 to Ethan Rust, the junior second baseman. Moody bounces one in front of the plate. It's 2-1. His fastball's been in and out of the strike zone. His curveball, I don't think he's thrown for a strike yet. They're not holding Greiman at first. He's the potential winning run. Something in the alleys, he has a chance to score. Rust, 2-1 pitch from Moody on the way. Over the outside corner, it's 2-2 as he paints that corner with another fastball, as he did to start off somebody this inning. Maybe the leadoff guy. That one's low, it's a full count. So runners at first and second with 1 out. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Rust, his .319 average. He's been clutch second half of the season. Waits now for a full count pitch from Moody. Fastball hit off his leg. We'll do 3-2 again. He's got a brace on that left ankle and foot, and that was what it was off of, it looked like. So another 3-2 pitch from Moody to Rust. Another fastball on the ground. Third baseman will come over. They'll try to turn 2, but they won't. So runners will be on the corners. So a fielder's choice for Rust. Greiman is out. 5-4 for the second out of the inning. Now we're back to the top of the order. Sinton fans want Greiman toss for interfering with the runner at second, but he simply slid into the bag. You're allowed to do that. You can't end the game on something like that, but who knows? They're telling Coach Allen he's on the first base line. Both the first base umpire and home plate umpire explained to him why that wasn't interference. Not so sure their second baseman didn't try to sell it the best he could. Nick Flores. So 2 outs, 2 on. It's a 6-5 game, bottom of the 7th here at Northeast Stadium. The Wolves doing everything they can to stay alive, or actually to win this thing. Losing would make a third game happen right after this. They would rather end it right now. The tying run is on third base. The winning run is at first. Braden Mulkey, who won the first game with his pitching arm, is 3 for 3 tonight. 2 doubles and a single. Takes the first pitch fastball for strike 1. He wanted to see the new pitcher at least one pitch. Arguably the best pitcher on the team, Braden Mulkey. Thursday night he was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Little bluff to third and fake throw to first. Tried to get the Wolves napping, which they weren't. So 2 on and 2 out. Your best hitter at the plate for the Wolves. Down by a run, 6-5. Oh, a rope down the first base line, just foul. That would have scored 1 and given you second and third. So 2 strikes now to count to Mulkey. He is soaking it in as the Sinton fans come to their feet. Braden Mulkey. You wouldn't want anyone up there if you're a Davenport baseball fan. Moody shakes him off a couple of times. The big right-hander. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball up and away, ball 1. Braden knew it wasn't a strike. He wasn't going to swing outside the zone. He's going to make Moody come to him. Shakes him off 3 times. Now comes to the set. The 1-2 in the dirt. It's 2-2. Now it's all even up at 2-2. Mulkey back in control of the at-bat. The fans still on their feet all over the stadium. Braden Mulkey a chance to tie the score with a base hit here and give the Wolves a chance to walk this one out. He swings and misses. We'll play another game. Moody strikes out Mulkey. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left. The Pirates win it 6-5. And we'll take a break here on the Wolves Sports Network. In about 30 minutes or so, we'll be back. The Wolves and the Pirates now tied at 1 game apiece. So game 3 will come up next. So for everyone, for Tyler, for Scott and Nick, for everyone with Wick Productions, this is Tony Brubaker saying God bless and goodbye for a short bit. We'll be back with game 3 after this timeout on the Wolves Sports Network.